He's joined us on the line. Sir, you're welcome to Eyewitness News.
Thank you very much for having me, Sanda.
They're bringing you power plant in your region, in your capital city, Kumasi. You should be celebrating, standing by the road and welcoming the president to come and do the commissioning. And yet you have issue. What's the matter?
Well, in principle, we have no issue with the relocation of the Ameri to Kumasi. Kumasi is the economic nerve center of Ghana. So any move to ensure sustainable power supply is welcome. However, there are some serious questions that are begging for answers. There is a deliberate attempt by this Akufo-Addo government to more or less obliterate the legacies of John Mahama in the energy sector. And those are the issues we had a press conference today to raise. First and foremost, why the renaming of the Ameri power plant to K1 TPP? Why? Does the mere renaming of the power plant from Ameri to KPP resolve the do's that is currently that is presently ongoing in Ghana? Secondly, why is government spending hard-earned resources or scarce resources of this country to recommission a plant that was commissioned in 2015? Why? Is it intended to create a false sense of performance in the minds of the people? The last question is, why on earth is government claiming that it has used $35 million in relocating the plant from Takoradi to Kumasi? Sanda, the more questions we ask, the more confused we become. The Akufo-Addo government has borrowed so much since 2017 with very little to show. So the government seems to have adopted a strategy of more or less trying to take credit for most of the things President Mahama did, especially in the Ashanti region. Not long ago, the government sought to claim ownership of the Kumasi Airport Phase 2, which is a John Mahama project. Now they are changing the name Ameri to K1 TPP, whatever that means. But we want the whole world to know, especially those in the Ashanti region, that when Dumso was destroying their businesses, when, as a result of the incompetence of this government, Dumso was thrust upon us, it was the towering interventions of John Dramani Mahama in the energy sector that is saving the situation. And we want to, based on this, to call on the entire people in the Ashanti region to keep faith with John Mahama in the upcoming election, since he holds the key to the economic development of this country.
So your difficulty is not about the transfer, it is about the cost and the renaming. What if the president does not rename it tomorrow? It remains Ameri.
Oh, they have already given indication. They have already outdoored the new name that is going to be given to the plant, and that is the source of our worry, that there seems to be a certain grand agenda to more or less delink the Ameri power plant, which is one of the many interventions of the S.Y. Mahama administration to solve Dumso, to delink JM's name and create the impression that it is something new that the Akufo-Addo government has done to resolve Dumso. That is what we are against. And come tomorrow, Sanda, you will most likely see a lot of well-meaning Ghanaians, especially those from the Ashanti region, staging a protest at the location of where the recommissioning will happen to register their displeasure about the unnecessary pomp and pageantry that this government is seeking to use to recommission a plant that was commissioned in 2015.
So you're going to lead that demonstration tomorrow as a party?
Well, I will not give details for now, but you will most likely see a spontaneous reaction from a section of the inhabitants of the Ashanti region who are very angry, who are very dissatisfied by the attempt by the president to appropriate to himself projects that preceded his government. You would most likely see something like that.
Thank you so much for speaking to us.
Thank you very much for your time.